Chelsea Football Club, if you're a serious institution, I need you to act right now. It looks like Ruben Amorim to Liverpool is unlikely. West Ham are trying to jump in front of the queue, and what, we're gonna sit here and be stuck with Pochettino? Chelsea, I need you to act. This news is massive. Enzo Fernandez, broski, I think it's time for you to get that surgery. I've got the explanation behind it, I've got the logic, and I've got the stories that are coming from Argentina, and this guy wants to play in the Copa America, like I said. Get the surgery. And finally, Chelsea versus Arsenal, match preview. The press conference from Pochettino was actually very informative. Cole Palmer looks to be injured. We've got more injuries to talk about from players that literally just come onto the pitch to ruin people's moods. Secondly, we've got information on Nicholas Jackson and the reaction to his misses. And finally, the biggest one of all, Pep Guardiola is complaining about the fixture congestion. Pochettino has a say on that, and Nottingham Forest penalty appeals. Let's get into it. Let's break this down because we've got a lot of positives to talk about today, and you're gonna get your Chelsea fix. So hit the like button. We're aiming for 1,000 likes. In the comments below, let me know what number like you are, because it's the best way for me to see who's really engaging with me. And finally, if you made it this far, you're enjoying what you're seeing. So it's as simple as that. Subscribe, because this is the content clearly for you. Now let's get into it. Bratuchi, all of you know me very well, right? On this channel, you watch me on a regular basis. Those of you that have been watching me for a while, what do you know about me? Even when before Potter got hired, who was I asking for? Ruben Amorim. When Potter got sacked, who was I asking for? Ruben Amorim. When Poch got hired, who was I asking for? Ruben Amorim. So now that we have Ruben Amorim available potentially because Liverpool can't get their mitty hands on him, I need you to go get me Ruben Amorim. And David Ornstein has come out with a story today that made me jump up and down, bro. I was jumping in my kitchen, I swear to God. The minute I read it, I was like, oh my days, this is happening. It looks like the deal that looked like it was done, Ruben Amorim to Liverpool, is unlikely. I don't know what happened. There is no information on it. This could be his agent trying to force their hands. This could be Liverpool trying to force his hands. Or this could literally be Liverpool don't want to hire him anymore. But it looks like the deal is unlikely, David Ornstein says, and West Ham are pushing for it to get him. What I am hoping happens now is Chelsea wake up and smell the coffee. About time we wake up and smell the coffee. Pochettino, too many players are playing poorly under you. Too many players are not performing to the standard under you. Caicedo isn't performing to the standard we saw under De Zerbi. Enzo isn't performing to the standard we saw under Schmidt. I swear to you, Jackson isn't performing as well as most probably he was performing at Villarreal, but no one watched him, so we wouldn't know that. Colwell isn't like he was as under De Zerbi. Thiago Silva isn't as he was under Tuchel. There are not enough players performing to the standard that I can justify keeping you next year, my friend. So thank you very much for everything you've done, Poch. Your reputation will leave intact if you leave at the end of the season, and Chelsea will have an end of season review to decide whether he stays or goes. I am praying we get rid of him, put the groundwork in now, and bring in Ruben Amorim. Bring in Ruben Amorim, give him the squad, let him develop the squad, and let's build in the light of a manager that has won stuff. 2 Portuguese leagues, 2 Portuguese Cup, 1 Super Cup in Portugal, 4 years of management. The man's got a brilliant record. He's got a brilliant CV, good football in the eye, gets the best out of young players. What else do you want? He sounds like the perfect gaffer. And for those of you that don't know enough about him, at the end of the video, I'm going to leave you a video where I talk about the pros and the cons of De Zerbi and Ruben Amorim. And you go watch that, and I'm telling you now, you will either want De Zerbi or you will want Amorim, because I am very objective in what I tell you in that video. Let's get into the rest of the stories. Enzo Fernandez needs that hernia surgery, according to reports in Argentina. And for me, this is very interesting because when's he going to get it? This broke a week ago, right? When he missed the Everton game, people were like, look, what are we going to do? Enzo needs the surgery and we're going to reassess after the Manchester City game. Well, we're out of the Manchester City game. So Enzo, big man, I think you need to go get that surgery. And the reason I say this is, if Enzo doesn't get the surgery now and waits till the summer, the article says he wants to play in a Copa America. I'm telling you, I don't know Enzo, but he's playing in a Copa America. Argentinians fly the length of a country for a friendly. What do you think he's going to do for an opportunity to represent his country at Copa America? Of course he's going to go. The likelihood is they got a very good chance of winning it. He's going to go. Then he's going to come back. Then pre-season starts and he's going to want to get the surgery. Next thing you know, he's out for 4 weeks. He comes back. He's not sharp. He misses the start. Just let him go now. Let him go and get the surgery now. He'll be fit in time for the Copa America. And then he's happy. We're happy. We don't have a situation for the start of next season. I don't want another season disrupted by injuries. And for me, it will disrupt another season. Let Enzo get his surgery. Stop playing him through the threshold. You have him on an 8-year contract. Meaning, for 8 years, he's your problem. Look after the player. Look after the club's best interests. Enough is enough. What is the point of playing Enzo now for us to finish 7th and Pochettino to keep his job? Like, honestly, what is this? Arsenal versus Chelsea has been a fixture that, I'm not gonna lie to you, in my life has had a lot of importance. Purely based on the fact that I've got a lot of friends that are Arsenal fans and I can't stand when they're happy. I mean this in the nicest way. Footballer terms, obviously. Real life, personal life, you do you. You be very happy. I'm happy for you, big man. If I can help you out. Football related, not a chance. I can't stand it when they're happy. So the fact that they've gone 20 years without a league title, telling you now, it brings me so much joy. I love it. The fact that they always try to bring out, oh, we got the Invincibles, we got the Invincibles. I don't care. Yeah, we got 2 Champions League, 2 Europa Leagues, and we are a certified club. In our lifetime, I've seen more Premier Leagues than you. So let's not start this nonsense. So the reality is, when Pochettino comes out with his team news, I'm very annoyed, right? Cole Palmer's cold. He's got an illness and he's going to miss out the game. For someone that's cold, why are you ill for this game, bro? Like, out of all the games you can get ill, why are you ill for this? So apparently they'll reassess him tomorrow and he might not play. And this is worrying because this is the creative hub of our team. If we're good, it's because of him. If we're bad, it's because Hebo's probably played poorly. Malo Gusto has got a ligament issue in his knee. Pochettino doesn't know whether it's going to be a complicated issue or if it's going to be long or not. He said he's not a doctor. I actually like when he says stuff like this because it lets me know he has no clue what he's talking about. He just knows there's an injury. Ben Chilwell got injured again. What did Ben Chilwell do to get injured again? Did he get injured in the sprints at the end of the game that he has to do for a warm-up because he done nothing in the game? He came on for 8 minutes. And at the same time, I'm not complaining because I'll be honest with you, Ben Chilwell playing for Chelsea is a negative. So if he sits on the bench, it's perfectly fine. If he plays, we're in trouble. So let him recover, let him reset, because for me at this moment in time, Ben Chilwell is a net negative for the team. He's not performing well enough for me to justify that he is a problem when he's not playing. Kukurea is better than him. Ian Matson's better than him. He needs to recover. He needs to get his mind right into the game because I don't know who this Ben Chilwell is, but he's even worse than what I remember under Tuchel. And this is a worrying problem for me. This is where the interview went very interesting, right? And the press conference took a turn from Mauricio Pochettino to a side where I don't like it. Nicholas Jackson missed a lot of chances. People were angry. I was angry. You were angry. My comments, for God's sake, were fuming. And we all agreed on it, right? You can get angry. But what I didn't like was people took the negativity to Jackson. Guys, when I come here and I talk to you, this is our safe space, right? This is our community. We talk about football. It's like us going to the pub and talking about football. It's us like being in school back in the day where you're sitting around the table and chatting. This is a place where we talk. Nicholas Jackson does not need to be, right? Nicholas Jackson doesn't need to listen to our opinion. I think the problem arises when people start going into people's comment sections. People go into people's DMs. People go under their pictures and comment. People actively are being horrible. Don't do that because I don't believe any amount of money is worth getting abused. And this is what people do because I call that abuse. If you're going out of your way to be absolutely horrible to somebody about a performance on a football pitch, then I think this is wrong. When it's between us, he doesn't have to come to the Kavkas View and watch. If he watches, broski, you know I give you praise. But when you suck, I will call it out. But that's his decision to come here and watch. However, if I go and send him the videos of this, that's me being abuseful. That is not right. Like me saying he's shit is not right. I give you context to why he's shit. I tell you exactly what he done that makes him shit. But I also praise. And this is the thing. And this is where Pochettino was actually very right in what he said. He's having a difficult moment. And he's having a difficult moment because he's being compared to old Chelsea stars. He's being compared to Drogba. He's never going to be Drogba. He's doing a fantastic job for who he is in Nicholas Jackson. The people you need to be mad at are the people that hired him to be the new Drogba. The people that hired him to be Romelu Lukaku, to be Diego Costa, to be strikers that were successful at Chelsea Football Club. There aren't many for me to mention. He's not even as good as Fernando Torres was here. This is the problem. And Poch is right. He's doing really well for who he is, and he's developing, and he will support him. And I think this is important. Don't listen to the idiots that actively say he should be scoring 50 goals, he should be scoring 20 goals. He shouldn't be scoring 20 goals. He's not good enough to score 20 goals. What is unacceptable is misses like he missed against Manchester City. I'm sorry. You're 3 yards out. That is criminal. That is absolutely criminal. You have to get your head on it. And when fans are upset, it makes sense why they're upset. I just think fans need to channel the way they get upset at players. You can't cross the line, and we all know what the line is, and that's just my opinion. Pochettino was asked about the scheduling issue, and he said, you know, like they asked him, are you upset that the game's on Tuesday? And I actually loved his answer, because we agree. He said, we done really well in the FA Cup, we done really well in the Carabao Cup, so if we done well in these cups, it's only understanding that we're going to have more games because we're doing well. We are behind teams, we have to play. We move on. And I love that answer. Because what I didn't enjoy on the weekend was Pep Guardiola coming out and saying, oh my God, player welfare. Players are playing too many games. They're exhausted. It's not right. The game should be moved to Sunday. Big man, scheduling is scheduling. Part of being good is being able to manage the number of fixtures when you start winning and you start accumulating more games. The better team play more games, and you have a squad, and this irritates me, right? Because Pep has a massive squad. All clubs have 25 players registered, whether they're good, whether they're bad, whether they're absolutely horrible, or whether they're average. Yet, Pep didn't want to use his squad. He played the best team he had available apart from Haaland. So why are you moaning to us now that, oh my God, player welfare, my players are being played too much, when you're refusing to use Nunes, £60 million player, Doku, £50 million player, Kovacic, £30 million player? Why did those 3 not start? Why did those 3 not start? I'm sorry, they're in your squad, they're part of your development, meaning they have to be playing. You can't only pick the same 14. And when he got questioned on that, you know what he said? I want to win against Liverpool. We were 3-0 down at half-time. I'm sorry, that's putting results above your player welfare, which you're telling us you care about. So let's keep the same energy here, all right? Just tell us you're not happy because you're at a disadvantage now. When the reality is your job is to manage these players through these periods because better teams play more games. You can't complain for being successful. And Pochettino answered the next question brilliantly as well. And the next question was regarding the referees in Nottingham Forest. They said Nottingham Forest made a complaint and questioned the integrity of the referee. And Chelsea didn't get a penalty. What do you think about the situation? Pochettino said, hey, look, decisions go your way, decisions don't go your way. I'm not here to comment on Nottingham Forest. I'm here to comment on my club. And for me, there's no point dwelling on decision. Mwah! Absolutely beautiful answer. Chelsea didn't lose that game because we didn't get a penalty. Chelsea lost that game because our players missed chances. Our players made the wrong decisions in the final third. Defensively, I'm telling you, we were absolutely brilliant. The goal they scored, I saw people try to blame Mudryk, try to blame Cucurella. Goals like that happen. It was an overload, a cross. Petrovic done what he had to do. He got his foot on it, and it just went into an area where Bernardo was. He hit it. Cuckoo done everything. Even got something on it. It deflected it. What are we meant to do in that situation? Like, the reality is, you can always look for excuses and blame the referee. Nottingham Forest have a case. They really do have a case. They're annoyed that they didn't get 3 penalties, and you know what? It might cost them serious amounts of money. However, this is the big however. There will be games this season where they most probably got lucky from the decisions. I think we need to stop being such a culture of, oh, we lost because of them. What about yourselves? Look at what you could have done. It's a 90-minute game, right? There would have been elements that you could have done better. But that's just my opinion. That's my perspective. So before you go, here's the Ruben Amorim video that I promised you guys that I've done before. I know you're going to enjoy it. And on the Zerbi, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day. Match review for the Arsenal-Chelsea game tomorrow. Let's get into it.